All right. Welcome, everyone. We are out here at Recovery on Wheels for coffee and conversation today. We are out here at Recovery on Wheels. Where we at? We in at the Wendy's parking lot across the street from McDonald's. We got Save a Lot. If you have anybody out there in need of any recovery services, please bring them on out. Or even if you would like to just come get some information, come on down.
Yep, 3039 East Broad Street in Bristol, New Jersey. Please come out and be a part of what we're doing out here in the community. Once again, hey, I didn't introduce myself, but my name is Craig. I'm also one of your recovery coaches here, and we are from Capital Recovery Center. We're part of the Cumberland County Human Service Department. Is that right, Mike?
That's right. That's right.
All right. And so today, before we start, we got a few commercial breaks or announcements that we would like to go over. And one of them is that we're having an overdose. Well, there is going to be an overdose awareness candlelight vigil.
Oh, this is something that's the good and the bad part.
Right. And this is going to be held August 31st, 2021.
Yeah.
Now, you have to register for this event. I believe this event annually
every year.
And we're going to be at the New Jersey Motorsports Park, 8000 Dividing Creek Road, Millville, New Jersey.
And check out our Cumberland County Human Services page or Capital Recovery page for the link so you can register anybody that you would like to again have honored on the candlelight, not honored, but on the candlelight vigil in remembrance of those loved ones who we have lost to the substance use disorder. So please look at on our pages. You'll see the link so you can register and go through all the things that's necessary to participate in this event. Even if you don't like to would like to put someone on the list, you can always register and come to the event and come out and support Overdose Awareness Month.
And also, you can submit either a video or a picture footage of someone that you would like to honor or commemorate in remembrance of their life and celebrate their life with us as we remember all those who struggled and those who are still struggling with substance use disorder.
All right, what other announcement we got? Other Recovery on Wheels this month. Our locations are, go ahead.
It's going to be next Wednesday. We're going to be Wednesday, August 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be, once again, at the mini park across from City Liquor, Millville, New Jersey.
Yes.
Please come out. The road van is going to be out there. The recovery coach is going to be out there. And we're going to be providing service for all those who may need assistance with detox, residential treatment, and we also help those who are struggling, trying to get employment with temporary IDs. But one of the requirements is that you have to be working on some type of recovery, whether it's IOP or residential short-term treatment.
You have to be working on that. That's right. Also, we have some, if you have anybody who are loved ones, you are the loved one of someone struggling with a substance use disorder, there's Centers for Family Services have programs that can connect you to those type of services, because a lot of times the person that is going through the substance use disorder, the people who are there to support them don't have the support that they need to go through the process along with them. So the Center for Family Services has something that you can connect to, and I'll put the link of the program into the comment section. Also, their number is 877-922-2377. So if you're someone who are related to someone who struggled with an addiction or substance use disorder, you can call that number and get some assistance with your loved one or for yourself. Now, what else we got here? Good morning, Mr. Kevin. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you joined us, man. Thank y'all all who support us for Coffee and Conversation, all recovery meeting on Thursday, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Thank you for that.
Yes. So without, I believe
That's
we got
road.
all the business out the way. Let's get to the program.
Okay, remember, Recovery is on Wheel is out here today from 10 to 2 a.m. downtown Bridgeton and Wendy's by the Wendy's parking lot, Save a Lot, across the street from McDonald's. If you have anybody out there that's in need of some recovery support services, if they need help with sober living funding, we have a host of different resources for you, but you must contact us. Our number is right here on the screen, 1-800-236-2448. You see that? That's pretty good how we did that, right? Yeah, I know.
And also, they can reach us at the office.
856-391-7449. Without further ado, let's go into our lesson today. We got good time here. The title of this message is Developing Your Personal Recovery Plan. This is a very important thing that a lot of people overlook. Developing your personal recovery plan. Let's see what we got. It says, regardless of whether you are currently in an addiction treatment program, you have already finished the program, or you are going at it alone and attempting to manage your substance use disorder, you need to have a plan. This is very important. We're talking about developing your personal recovery plan. There must be a plan in process. No matter what pathway you choose, you can choose whatever pathway suits you, but no matter what pathway you chose, you must have a plan.
All right. Those who failed to plan to fail.
Plan to fail. That's a good old addict right there. Something that is quoted for years.
That's right.
O'Shea, let's go.
I'm gonna tell you the other old addicts, the 5 P's, and we get into that.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Say it again.
Proper preparation prevents poor performances.
All right.
If you properly prepare for something, it will prevent you from performing poor.
Absolutely.
So developing your personal recovery plan. You can go.
All right. The first topic is why create a personal recovery plan. Let's get into it. Creating a personal written recovery plan is important for several reasons. First, it gives you a blueprint to follow.
Yeah.
It provides a structure, reliable source of good ideas to get or keep you on track as you pursue your recovery goals. All right? It can be all too easy to forget or avoid commitments if they are merely ideas that are being held in your mind.
In your mind.
Now,
come on, man.
That's very profound, but the simple fact that we have so many fleeting thoughts and ideas, and that a lot of times we don't captivate or respond to them appropriately.
Yeah.
Now, by creating a recovery plan, you can always go back to those nice ideas that you may have to keep you on track.
And it's easy. It's a very good way when you develop your personal recovery plan, or we call it recovery management plan at Capital Recovery Center. When you develop that plan, it gives you a blueprint so you can go back and you can gauge your progress, if you will. You can go back and see, did I accomplish this task? Did I accomplish this goal? Did I just throw it away? Am I procrastinating? That personal plan, recovery plan that you have in place is very important so you can gauge your progress.
All right. This is especially true if you become stressed. If you experience a break in your motivation, or if you find yourself facing temptation. But by writing out a formal, detailed plan specifically designed with your needs and goals in mind, you greatly improve your chances of sustaining your recovery efforts. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, on their mentalhealth.gov website, they list the following benefits of creating personalized written recovery plans. And the first one is identify goals for achieving wellness. Number 2, specify steps to take reach those goals. Consider both daily activities and longer-term goals. Track your progress, and finally, identify triggers and ways to manage them. These are 5 steps that you can take or write down and what you can maintain, or you can make progress towards maintaining your substance abuse disorder sobriety.
And identifying goals for achieving wellness. Now, like certain goals you have, you can have a goal like I want to lose a certain amount of weight at a certain amount of time. That's something that you have to identify. If you're having problem with your diet or you having problem with your health, and you go to the doctor and they will give you a plan to go to try to execute to help you with your wellness, then you identify the goal that you need to address. Specific steps to take to reach your goals. A lot of people have goals, but they never put in place or they never write down or develop what steps do I need to take in order for me to achieve my goals. Next, consider both daily activities and long-term goals. This is very important as well. Long-term goals need to be addressed as well. And track your progress. I remember I was just talking about you can track your progress if you have developed a recovery plan. But if you don't have no plan in place, how are you going to track your progress? In the last one he read, he says identify triggers and ways to manage them. Most people neglect to identify what triggered them to go back to a substance use that they was trying to get away from. When you identify the things that trigger you, now you have to find ways to manage them. I'll give you a prime example. One of my triggers was going back. I'm born and raised from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I would get clean. I would get clean from drugs. I would get my health back, my complexion back. I would look good. So then I would want to go all the way back to Atlantic City, go on the block and let them see how good I was doing. But that was a trigger. And how I handled that trigger, how I managed that trigger was I no longer do that. I don't go back and say, look how well I'm doing. They better check me out on social media or something, but I ain't coming to show you how well I am doing. Trust me.
And certain music can create or spark triggers as well. I know for me, certain music that I used to listen to, it reminded me of when I was in the club. And, I started to think about the moments and the crowd of people. And I know that those environments and those songs was very unhealthy for me. They still are unhealthy for me. But now that I'm able to identify them, I'm able to manage.
That's good. That's good stuff right there, man. That's that college education, right? Hey, listen, let's move. We're talking about our topic for today is developing your personal recovery plan. All of those words are powerful. But what I love about that is personal. It's a personal plan that you have to develop, that you have to implement. Personal. It's not what I think you should do. I need you to understand what you need to do, and then I can help you execute the plan that you have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's go down
Come
here.
on with it, counselor. Now, who this from?
I'm sorry. This handout that we're going over is from recovery.org. They have a host of things that's for your own personal edification, or they for group things like this, but they have it on there and it's free. They call it's a template. It's free information that they provide that you can go to the website, print it out, use it for your own personal recovery or help other individuals like we are doing right now. So the next bullet is here, preparing to create your personal recovery plan. So we're talking about preparing to create your personal recovery plan. It says before you begin to write out a plan of action for your recovery, you need to first assess your current status and decide upon your major needs and goals. Major needs and goals. Here are some questions to ask yourself. What are my motivation for making this change? Right. What's motivating me to want to change the life that I am currently living? Yeah. The next one is, what challenges will potentially be my biggest barriers? That's a good word right there. Barriers.
Barriers.
And then the next one, Can I commit to following the steps I create in order to change my life? Good God.
Good God Almighty.
That's a good one right there.
They got a lot of meat and potatoes in here too.
Good stuff here, man.
Like I like the first one, and it talks about what are my motivations for making this change, and they give us some ideas of what can be your motivation and why it is important to have motivation, self-motivation. Yeah, you know, a lot of times I like to express. Sometimes some people need a boost. Somebody needs somebody to assist them along. And then some people just have the natural, innate ability to motivate themselves.
That's right.
And so here's what they have to say. They say, keeping my job. That's a good motivation factor.
Yeah.
My family. Let's keep my family. You know, our relationship, my friends. Improve my self-esteem. Here we go. That word, innate ability to be motivated. All right? And it says self-esteem and regaining pride in myself and my behaviors. Feeling better about myself and becoming physically healthy. Right? And so I noticed Mike, he's I want to say he's an exercise guru or an exercise buff. But this young man,
I like it.
I call him young, he's younger than me. But anyway, he likes to work out, and that is very, positive acclamation about him.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I love, listen, it says, what are my motivations? Preparing to create your personal recovery plan, you need to find out what's my motivation. Why do I want to do what I'm planning to do? You got to find that out. What challenges will potentially be my biggest barriers? We always tell people that we try to knock down barriers for people in recovery. Some people have transportation barriers. Some people don't have medical doctors. They need to get connected to medical situations. Some people have employment barriers. What are the barriers what's the major barriers you have that will prevent you from executing your recovery plan?
And it talks about it.
Yeah, what is that?
Are my coping skills currently limited? Do I have sufficient support systems, such as family, friends, etc., in place for times when I may need assistance and an encouragement? We as recovery coaches, we are here to empower you. We're not your biological family.
Yeah.
We are what we call a substitute to those natures of providing certain needs and services that you may need, that if your family is unable to provide,
we can try to help you.
That's right. We have some wonderful resources. We have a housing coordinator who has some very great information on housing. Also, she sent us out links. And listen, guys, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to us at Capital Recovery Center, telephone number 856-391-7449.
Yeah.
And then you can reach us at
1-800-236-2448. Oh, that's pretty good right there, man. Listen, we here for Cumberland County and everybody in our surrounding areas that we can assist. But the last one, it says, can I commit to following the steps I create in order to change my life? Can I commit to it? I always tell people the same commitment that we gave to our drugs is the same commitment we can give to changing our lives. And if you're honest, like I was, when I wanted to go get the drug that I was loving, nothing stopped me from getting it because I was committed to getting it. And on the opposite side, that same commitment that I had when I was struggling with my substance use disorder is the exact same commitment I use in the process of my life changing. I have not stopped developing in my own recovery walk or in my spiritual life. I always am committed to whatever I am doing. And can I commit to following the steps I create in order to change my life? Are you committed? That's the question right there.
And at the bottom, I like what it says. It says, if you can identify your motivations, understanding your challenges, and recognize that the outcome will be worth the effort, you will be ready to create your plan.
So the outcome will be worth the effort. So that basically saying you're going to see some fruit from out of you going through the process of the developing a recovery plan. So at Capital Recovery Center, our recovery management plan, we go through so many different questions and we try to develop that recovery plan with you so that you can see some fruit out of the new life that you are striving to obtain and maintain.
Let's talk about some of the components of your personal recovery plan.
Let's look at that.
All right, what are they? And it says, when you are ready to write your plan, make a list of the elements that you will want to address. That's very important.
It's very important.
Number one, it talks about personal triggers, places, circumstances, people to avoid.
Oh, listen, let me pull over, pause, and park.
All right, all right.
Listen, it says personal triggers, places, circumstances, and people that you have to avoid. This is very important in the recovery process because a lot of individuals think just because they have to avoid their friends for a time that people think that you are better than them. But that does not mean that you think you're better than them. It just that means that you are so focused on your recovery process that you have to avoid places, circumstances, and people because the ultimate goal is you maintaining your sobriety.
And also, don't worry about what people say or think because sometimes we have to be selfish when it comes to our recovery because it's very important. Because if we can't help ourselves,
we can't help.
Definitely can't help no one else. All right? You want to read the next one, Mike?
Bullet. Specific strategies for addressing each identified trigger situation. It says you have to have specific strategies. If you have identified your triggers, now you have to have strategies in place that you'll be able to deal with those triggers or manage those triggers when they arise. So you have to have specific strategies. I've learned that every strategy doesn't work for every trigger.
Come on with it, man.
Every strategy doesn't work for every trigger. So each trigger that you have identified, remember it's personal, you identify your triggers. Now you have to put a strategy in place to help you manage those triggers. To try to avoid them overall, it's not going to really happen because you might go to a program or go to a job where people are using and the smell might be your trigger. Now, you can't keep just leaving every job talking about, well, I'm going to avoid this. I'm going to just quit this job because they using drugs or they smoking and they drinking. You won't be able to do that. So you got to find specific strategies to manage each trigger.
Mm-hmm. And some of the strategies can be equated to a game of checkers or chess.
Something like that.
Listen, and the reason I use that analogy is because, some people in their recovery, they may be moving on the rate of a chess player. One move at a time or making several moves. However, when you play a game of chess, that's a more skilled, more advanced, those who have more coping skills.
Yeah.
And so therefore you're able to think 2 or 3 steps ahead of the next person prior to making that move.
That's good stuff, man. It's chess player here.
Chess player.
Chess player.
Either you're going to be a checker player or you're going to be a chess player. Either one, make the right move. All right?
All right. Remember, we're talking about developing your personal recovery plan. Developing your personal recovery plan. No individual can tell you how that plan should be developed. You know more about you. So the recovery coaches or the counselors or the sponsors or whomever, your spiritual advisors, they help you develop your plan, but all the information that goes on there comes from you. You know your triggers, you know what you need to avoid, you know what places and circumstances you need to address. So when you identify those triggers, the person that's assisting you help you develop that plan. And that's what we're talking about today. And we went through why create a personal recovery plan, preparing to create your personal recovery plan, components of your personal recovery plan. That's where we are right now.
All right. Let's do the other bullet.
Let's do that.
I like this one. It says, ways to improve self-care. Relaxation strategy, socialization opportunity, health and wellness strategy, sufficient sleep, good diet, exercise, having someone to talk to, etc., etc. These are very good ways to keep yourself or your personal recovery plan intact.
Nice.
You know, it's all right to, vent and express, say, listen, I'm having a bad day. I need to talk to somebody. I may need a one-on-one. I may go to a meeting, an AA meeting or an NA meeting, group where I can, share my story. And so one ways that we talked about when I was in TC Therapeutic Community was, in order to keep my sobriety, I had to give it away. And what that is, I have to share my experience with others, so in that way that I can also reflect and say, hey, you know what? Today I'm not going to use. Today I'm able to help someone else in the process.
That's right. And next it says coping skills you need to learn or to improve: anger management, emotional self-regulation, and etc. You need to find coping skills, or your coping skills might be intact, but you just need to improve them. I like to use the term minor adjustments. But listen, when you have coping skills, you might just need to adjust some of them. You just need to improve them. You have them, but if you find yourself keep going back to the substance that's actually trying to kill you, then something has to change. Your coping skills need to be adjusted. You need to develop more relapse prevention skills. Something has to change. You can't just leave it intact. That's why we're talking about developing a recovery plan. Listen, in your recovery plan, you can build your spirituality. I don't want people to get it twisted and think that just because I'm founded or my foundation is in my spirituality, that's my foundation. But I also use different recovery strategies that's not actually built on my spiritual foundation. I put it all together and I combine them because the ultimate goal is to stay free from where I came from. And I'm telling you that because coping skills need to be improved, or if you don't have coping skills, you need to learn some coping skills.
All right. And the last one talks about relapse prevention strategy. Go to a support group meeting. I talked about that earlier, right? Have a sober buddy, somebody you can confide in, accountability partner.
You need that.
Attend counseling, whether it be through a therapist. And listen, we are recovery coaches. We are not sponsors. We're not therapists. We are not, we have counselors, and so that these are some of the steps that you can take along your journey to create a personal recovery plan.
And always remember, it's personal. Developing a personal recovery plan. Again, my name's Mike. I'm one of the recovery coaches at Capital Recovery Center. And you can contact us if you're in need of any recovery services. We are out here today in Bristol at Recoveries on Wheels down here by Wendy's across from McDonald's and Save-A-Lot. If you have any loved ones that are in need of any services, please come bring them down here. This is what we do. We do it because we have the passion to want to help individuals. Our motto is, how can we help you with your recovery today? So we're here and we appreciate all the people who support the Recoveries on Wheels and all the things that we do in Cumberland County. It is our passion. It is our drive to help another man or a woman start the process of their recovery walk.
And once again, my name is Craig. I'm also one of the recovery coaches at Capital Recovery Center. Feel free to contact us so that we can assist you and your loved one and on their journey to recovery, because we have some valuable, credible information that we can assist you here in Cumberland County, because we're going to make a difference.
And if you have anybody out there that they had any need of any utility bills that need to be paid, you can contact us for that too. We also help. We have a lot of services. We have unlimited services. We have if anybody's looking to go into out of a program to go into sober living, we have funding for that to pay your first month rent for sober living. Whatever process you need to help, we will try to reach you and help you provide for you the services that we are equipped to help you with.
And also there's a component to substance use disorder. Those who might not be aware, there is a mental health aspect to those who oftentimes don't realize from their substance use disorder, they may be masking their mental health. And so we have some information, we have links to those services as well. And so, listen, once again, we are here to serve you and provide all the assistance that we are able to provide. All right?
And also, lastly, we have Recovery Spotlight coming up this Friday. This Friday, or every month, we feature or spotlight someone who has been successful in their recovery process. And you will see it every Friday, the first Friday of every month. And you'll see the link next to the photo. If you would like to share your story, hit the link, put your story on there, and we'll spotlight you. But for that, we want to say thank you for tuning in, and we see you Thursday at 1 p.m. for our All Recovery meeting. Thank all of y'all for watching and tuning in. We really appreciate all your support. Thank you, guys.
And also, we want to give a shout out to Karen, who also is one of our co-hosts here.
We miss her.
We miss her. She'll be back soon.
She'll be back Thursday.
And all right. Y'all have a great day.
All right.